Is it exciting to be back? I mean, and is it not only
It's
exciting,
ridiculous,
it's
yes.
ridiculous. Okay, that's the thing. Is it shocking at all? I mean, Tim seems to be perfectly, oh yeah, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. I was at a hotel with my wife, and I'm like, she goes, what's going to happen with the show? This is before we got taken off, right? And we're sitting there, and I go, oh, you know, it's going to be, I don't know, we'll see. We'll get another year, we'll wrap it up this year, whatever. Tim calls and he goes, all right, so it's not going to be another year. It'll probably be about 13 episodes. We'll do that, okay? 10 minutes later, not a joke. All right, so it's going to be 6 episodes. We'll do 6, and then we'll do that, right? Get another call. 3. I think we're going to wrap it up in 3. I'm like, Tim, are you kidding me? Don't call back. This will be the last. And then a friend of mine from DC, I told you this, calls and says, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, what are you talking about? He's not in the business at all. But everybody is so, you know, can find out information or whatever. And that's how I found out. So he can say all he wants. The rug was pulled out from under us, and yet that rug is magical and came back and found us, and now we're on another journey together. And I think creatively, it was a good thing that we didn't wrap up the story, because Tim was able creatively to just pick up where we left off and say, okay, what happens 5 years later if everybody knows that there are these Evos, he's calling them Evos now, and heroes out there, and then we get blamed for something that we didn't do, and we basically get hunted. So it's cool. And my character is doing something you never would expect him to do, and he's in a place that hopefully they'll justify why he's doing what he's doing over the next few episodes. I've only shot 1, but
Are you in
it's
all
pretty
of
good.
them,
No, I come in a few episodes in. Yeah, thankfully I've been working, and schedule-wise, I didn't come back as a regular on this, so when that happens, they're kind of beholden to your schedule. So I did a little independent movie. Yes.
What are the chances that we'll see baby Matt Parkman throughout the series?
What the chance of seeing me throughout the series?
His son.
Oh, you know what? I was just saying, I hope that that's the case, because he's got powers. They explored that, but there's so many characters to service on this show that I don't know if they're going to have the bandwidth to kind of do that. We'll see. I hope so. There's going to be a lot of back and forth with Tim. I really want to engage with the audience between episodes, much in the way they do with Talking Bad or The Talking Dead. I'm really trying to make that happen. Tim and I are going to try and do that, and moderating the panel was kind of the first step, and I'm working on something else. So it's like I really want to sit down, Jack. I really want to be able to do that, because the audience is everything to the show. So I was just talking about how the conversation doesn't stop after the episodes. Everybody it's a water cooler show.
Right.
So why not have the two of us sitting down talking about the episode we just saw? It'd be fun for people. So we'll see.
Say about the relationship your characters are now at this point, 5 years after.
Well,
I've been spilling the beans. Dude.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
That's everything, so don't hide.
Dude, I'm not a series regular. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay, now get ready for some really dry answers.
I'll say this, that when I was really, we've talked about this, it's an amazing scene. When I come in, it was meant to be just a kind of a scene that we've done before on the show, extracting information from Jack, and it turned into something really,
It was really cool because we got to employ our history. We got to incorporate the fact that he knew and loved Claire, that all the things that he's trying to find out are really painful and damaging to him in a way that he was not at all expecting. He wasn't looking forward to this moment, but I think he was also just feeling like, I'm going to be, I got to do what I got to do, and then...
And when you find me, I walk in the room, and I'm the last person you're expecting to see, which is really cool.
Yeah. And it really turned the scene on its ear, and it became a much more personal and emotional scene than it might have been otherwise.
Yeah. Look at Zach trying to be all serious. It's just so funny. It's like, even in this material, I'm not going to crack. This is not Chuck. I'm not cracking a smile. Look at that. Look at that. I've got to be serious.
If my expression weren't quite so strained, I wouldn't. I might take more shots.
Yours looked like they took your picture while traveling on the freeway, and you were standing on the side.
There are G-forces.
Your head is a little like a kimbo. It's weird.
You referred to Claire in the past tense. Does she have anything to do with what happened in Odessa?
I referred to Claire in the past tense because he's trying to get information of something that had happened.
Yeah.
So he's digging in and trying to find what happened at a certain moment. And so rather than necessarily just, resist him, I'm giving him some information that I know he's going to struggle with.
But that
And
leads me on a whole thing.
that sends him off on a very different tangent.
Yeah.
So there's, it's don't read too much into that because there's.
No, it's more of a Where's Waldo than anything else.
Yeah, they're trying to locate somebody and they think they have a beat onto, but they're behind.
Yeah.
They're behind the.
To get to that person, we've got to go through, finding information about Claire and about this and that. So
Yeah.
nothing's ever simple.
No.
It's always a 6-episode hammock that we have to crawl across to get the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Given the time lapse, how would you say the 5 years has changed Heroes as a show itself? Your approach to it?
Well, the 5 years, it's a very different world. It's not people discover. It's not Matt Parkman going, oh my God, I'm hearing people's thoughts. What's going on? He can now not only hear people's thoughts, but he can implant thoughts and make them and make them do certain things and trap them in their own nightmares. And so many people's powers have evolved. The cat is out of the bag, but it's a much more dangerous, paranoid world for those people who have abilities than it was when we first discover, Matt Parkman doing this, or Claire fixing her shoulder, or Peter levitating.
And
off
your
the
character,
ground.
I would say H.R.G. is not as cut and dry, even though you were always sympathetic, yet surprisingly working for the bad guys.
Well, I was the face of evil for the first 4 episodes.
For the first 4
Remember that?
episodes, yes. But then all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, the face of evil that I want to hug. How's
Yeah.
that happen?
Well,
So-
what's interesting, and it's actually really true in life, is that proximity to somebody with abilities or to somebody who is a minority of some kind tends to open your heart and open your mind. And living with Claire and loving his daughter Claire has done that to him. And he's just not. He doesn't look at it from a clinical, company first perspective. He's much more affected by her life and her feelings, and it's opened his mind to a whole other world.
Yeah.